It
Yep.
right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you're tuning in again through Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube. Wherever you are, you can ask your questions through the chat. Um, and I think you'll have some questions because we're having a super exciting panel discussion coming up about sustainable fashion. Um, I'm really excited about it. For Value, we've had fashion pages curated by Falene Lotunga, featuring some super cool fashion designers who are reinventing fashion as well, flipping the production chain or working with new materials. I'm also super curious to hear what our panel is working on. Mohammed Sameh is going to into conversation with Rheem, Abdelatif, and Shadi Mokhtar. I hope I got the pronunciation right. Please correct me if I had anything wrong. Um, yeah, I'm going to give the floor to you and enjoy.
Thank you so much, Amber. And it's like a thank you well. It's awesome to have the moderator from Netherlands with us and Aruba, which is awesome. And we have two guests today. I don't know even where to start from. Like Rheem Abdelatif and Shadi Mukhtar, the founders of OPIO Fashion, which is like we will see together what is going on here. But Rheem, Shadi, should we start with the personal partnership, the professional partnership? For those who are following us, the founders of this amazing brand startup. Soon we leave the world of startup to be established, mature company, are actually husband and wife. So, Rheem, Shadi, Rheem, let's start with you. Ladies first. Uh,
Yeah.
how did it feel when Shadi proposed to be in company together?
To do the company or propose to get married? Okay,
Well,
so thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate it. We to have this talk and Invested Summit. So I was a banker for like 8 years, but I was specialized in customer experience department. I studied fashion during these 8 years. I completed my fashion diplomas, and then I met Shady. Um, like so many people of us, I wanted to quit my corporate life and start my own brand and launch my business, but it was too overwhelming. I was very good at the creative part, but the business part, I wasn't. It wasn't my specialty, and the legality and all the business aspects. So I met Shady. He was giving. I met him as a business coach to help me start my own brand. Uh, he helped me so much with the business model and customer profiling and everything related to the business side. So after a few meetings, he really liked the
only the business
idea.
side?
Excuse me?
Only the business side?
Yeah, at that time it was only business. So he really liked the idea. So he wanted to encourage me. The first thing he told me is, okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is you need to quit your job. So that was the challenge. It took me like 6 months to take the step at first, but I finally took it. He
Excuse me 1 second, please. Did I understand you well that your business coach, who is helping you with the business model, told you the first thing that you need to do is to quit your job?
Yes.
Yeah, guilty.
So it was a very hard step to take, but I finally did it. Yeah. um, but he really liked the idea, and he told me, "Okay, listen, if you're gonna do this, I really think you're really passionate about this, and we can be partner in this project." I can handle the business side, and you handle the creative side. And yeah, we did it. That's how we started.
Shadi, why did you tell Reem to quit her job?
Yeah, man, thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to talk to you again, Sameh. إحنا when we started, she had this very interesting idea in a very interesting market. Before I joined Rheem, before I met Rheem, I had a previous family business in the meat and poultry industry. And when I started looking at the fashion industry, oh my God, I fell in love. It's super fast, it's super dynamic, it's super interesting. The margins are much better and much higher, and there were a lot of gaps to fill in the market. فwe tested out كده. We started with a small prototype, and then we saw that this is worth really working hard for. So I thought if we're gonna do it, we have to go full timers, both of us, عشان يعني startups are like a babies need full time attention and care, and if we want to really be honest about it and start this thing and take it to the next level, we have to give it the right care it needs. We both went full time on this idea, and this is where we are, like 3 years after. Alhamdulillah, yani can't complain. We've been doing really great.
Shadi, tell us the truth. You were telling her a business plan, or you had other plans?
It was purely business, I promise you. But then again, I found that the relationship was the understanding in the relationship was more valuable to me. So I went ahead and took it personally. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like and now you have the company established how many years ago now?
This is actually the 4 years now from the very first meeting. Yeah, four
And
years now.
how much money have you raised for the startup?
In total, to date, we have raised a little over $500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. And you told me, like, the revenues are growing massively.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Yani year to date, we're crossing a 260% year on year, which is really good.
206%, 260% growth
Yeah,
revenue over a year from a year.
year on year, yes.
So now you are also raising funds for for the expansion of the business.
Yeah, we're raising a new round for further expansions. Yani we're targeting a 10x growth next year, inshallah.
10x, 10 times.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
Reem, this gentleman is talking business all the time, but you actually started from the creative side. And you came to this having launched a brand that were evolving in a completely different way. And then you switched to OPIO. Would you like to tell us about the previous experience, the creative experience that you actually sold out, divested at a certain point, and switching to OPIO?
Yeah. So we started when we started the other brand. It was more of a couture brand, and everything was handmade and with embroidery. And the time needed to finish only one piece, it can go up to 3 or 4 days. So the cost was up in the skies. It was a different business model. We had an issue with scalability because we didn't have uh, the right label, or if we decided to scale it, we didn't have enough labor, skilled labor with the embroidery and the needed skills to scale it and sell abroad. So the only option was to produce outside of Egypt, and we didn't want to do that at the moment. So we said, okay, let's try another brand and launch it in parallel. That would be the cash cow, and we can use the money, the revenue generated from OPIO to scale the other brand abroad. So when we launched both brands, we found that OPIO has huge potential, and there's a huge demand for this type of clothing line. We don't have many fast fashion retailers in Egypt, local brands. Most of them are they're coming from outside, like Zara and Stradivarius and the rest of these groups in Egypt. So we have huge potential in the production area, and we have huge factories and capabilities and talented people that can help us scale this type of brand in Egypt and outside of Egypt. So that was when we decided to, okay, let's kill the other brand and focus on growing Opio. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but also for the previous plan, it was very creative, and you had many defilés, you had many exhibitions. It was very expensive though. And now Opio. So what is going on with Opio? We understand we are going very well next year, 10x, inshallah. Okay, but what is different with Opio than any other fashion brand in the market?
Okay, so Opio is the clothing that every woman would need. It's affordable. She will find everything for any occasion, for her everyday occasion, whether workwear, they daily wear, athleisure, and party wear. So it's like a lifestyle brand. We're trying to build a community and a cult about Opio. So uh, if she's traveling, she will find some outfits that she will take for her travel. We launched swimwear last summer. We launched kids wear. We launched footwear. So we're expanding in the lines, horizontal and vertical, in order to find suitable stuff for all the family. Except for the menswear, it's not on the plan right now.
We're always
Uh,
excluded. Sorry, we don't want.
yeah. Actually, we tried it once. We launched the men's collection, and it was a total failure because men are somehow boring, not like women. And women buy when they're happy, when they're
That's
sad.
true.
يعني it's an emotional buying. Men are very practical. So I like this shirt from this shop. I will never try anything else. Okay, I'll get all colors. They're not profitable. So we're focusing on women and kids
So if
for the
today I would
time
like, let's
being.
say, okay, I'm a lady, okay, I'm a lady from, I don't know, from Serbia, or I'm a lady from Ukraine, and I go and Opio brand, and they see that there are very nice collections. What should I do, or is it only in Egypt for now?
Currently, we're launched only in Egypt. We have the infrastructure to launch our website globally. This should be our milestone by next summer season, inshallah, 2020, to start operating internationally and ship our products worldwide. We strategically focus more on the MENA region since we speak the same language, can serve our customers better. Uh, Kind of the same dynamics that goes on with the Egyptian customers are more or less what happens in the MENA region, and it's one of the biggest buying regions in the world. So that would be our primary focus. Yeah.
That's perfect. And we received a question saying like, what was your first main challenge after taking the leap to jump in? And what is your main goal for 2022? Well, for 2022, we know it's 10x. So amazing.
Yeah.
We have a quick answer for the first one.
Main challenge was building the right team. طبعا
Building the
that
right
was
team.
the first focus. يعني if we gonna do this, no matter where we're headed, as long as we have the right team in place, as long as we have the right calibers that can take this journey, the sky's the limit. So that was my personal primary concern for the first year or so. Find the right core team to take on this journey with us. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, I can be more grateful for the amount of talented caliber that we were able to have on board of our team, يعني, as we speak, alhamdulillah.
Shadi, and let me focus on the business side here. It was
Yeah.
like you said we are serving now Egypt. Next milestone is the Middle East and North Africa, and we're going global at a certain point too. But let me ask you, what is your main fear?
my main fear out of like
Yes. Oh,
business
what?
wise.
Yes.
يعني مش I won't call it fear, I would call it challenges maybe, challenges to
Okay.
grow.
Okay.
Uh, Access to finance, because there is a huge sustainable aspect that we're doing with OPIO. So if you're looking to raise from a pure financial organization, they just don't get the value added that you're trying to do. This is one of the main challenges. Um, يعني other challenges providing access, which is what we're going on to do. يعني this will be our next milestone after expanding our products regionally, is to provide um, access to finance to the factories that we work with, because they might not be financially prudent enough to grow with you. So that would be the second challenge. We already see that this would be a challenge in a year or so, and we're putting a plan to start working on it and help them. Like we're helping them now create markets for their products. Like these are very good technical workshops and factories. They have very high skilled labor. It is the second highest labor intensive industry in Egypt, and sadly, it's not properly utilized enough into the modern day fashion market. So we're trying to fit in and bridge this gap between the creative part, this pool of amazing talent of all these designers and creative directors and all these amazing talents that you can see a lot in the Egyptian media, like TV. You can see them properly utilized, but not in the fashion market. We're trying to bridge this gap between this universe and the universe of manufacturers who are mostly still old fashioned, still fighting with the supply chain logistics, learning lean manufacturing, learning new modern techniques, new marketing techniques, e-commerce. Once we create a market for these amazing small businesses to grow, we will need to create a financial product to assist them in their growth. So that would be the second challenge.
That's awesome. And
Yeah,
hence, the background of Rheem in finance will come back to be very,
yeah,
very needed very soon.
yeah, yeah.
That's beautiful. And honestly, Chadi, listening to you, one could feel the confidence. Like you can see every single detail in the value added, in the value chain, the supply chain. Where are the challenges? What's happening there, and what could be a risk and how to be dealt with? Is that what we made you confident, Reem? That with Shadi, it could go the distance.
Yeah, definitely. Um, he was running his own family business. When we sat for our first meeting, um, actually, I had lots of idea in my mind, but I couldn't put it in a paper and sort of a business plan. And he helped me create it and see what I was missing or how to start it and how to expand it and how to try different business model. And if it's failed, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. We can pivot and make it right the next time. So I really believe that he would be my right partner to run this business. Uh, and yeah, he is.
And he is, of course, and
Yeah.
he is absolutely. Reem, how did it feel when you sold the first product on your platform?
It felt awesome. So uh, first we did the website. Me and Shady, we were sitting in a cafe, and we went on Google how to do a website, and we built it. The first version, it was built. We built it on a WooCommerce platform. So we were just making the website just to be professional. We weren't planning to sell on the website for the first place. We used to put our stuff in boutique shops, small boutique shops. Then when we launched, a few hours later, and we posted on social media, we found that we are receiving orders. So okay, we didn't expect that. That was when we decided to take it to the next level. A few months later, we built a more advanced website, and we expanded our product lines, and we shifted from the retail store, and we're focusing only on our online store and online. So people weren't getting it at first, but we had a vision where we knew that the future is going to be online.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course. And
and we're not selling the products only. I mean, we're using styling techniques and data generated from our website and AI tools to know what does the customer like, to offer them the right products in the next collection, and we offer them the products if they lack products for a certain occasion or a certain body type. We always try to listen to the customer and offer them how to style an outfit in different ways, styling tips, and help them um style the style the items in multiple ways. Yeah. So we're not just selling the product. We
how
believe
does this
we're
work
selling an
in practice?
experience.
How do, like, if a lady would like to buy something and she's not really sure about the colors that she would like to buy or the style, like she can really consult with you? There's a sort of hotline, or what's
This is a part where it's very interesting. It gets really interesting because if you look at the customers in the MENA region and their access to the internet, you'd find that it is a totally different experience than the West world. Um, Customers in the Middle East learned the internet through mobile phones, through mobile apps. So their first encounter with the digital world was through social commerce rather than the West world e-commerce. So if a very small business starts in the Middle East, they would probably start with a Facebook page way before they start with a website. Accordingly, customers in the region, they are much used to chatbots and asking questions, a more interactive service level than a typical website where you go in and buy a product. And this is what we're doing, which makes us different because, as I told you, Yani, when we plan on expand, we plan on expanding to countries where we speak the same language, where we can serve the customers better, because this is a very important part. Women are emotional. They want an emotional experience. The products are almost the same everywhere. Where you stand out is by providing a more customized shopping experience. If you go back 40 years ago, which is not really long, when women used to shop, they used to go to a boutique store where they knew the owner by name. And if the owner of this boutique store got something new in her shop, she'd probably call her customer, tell her, "Why don't you come over? I have something nice for you." That kind of experience is dead now with the rise of the modern day mega retail stores where you don't find someone to talk with. This is how we use technology to provide back this heart-filling experience for our customers. Yeah.
that's awesome. Taking us back to 40 years, that would be like even like watching a movie in black and white, but living it. So, and with the expansion that you have, and next year, hopefully, fingers crossed, 10x, it's definitely proving a very valid assumption. And yeah, like honestly, Shadi, I'm impressed, and I'm sure the people watching us are also impressed. But yet, just to capture how you translate what you just said now in practice. So me to live this experience of emotionally engaging with the salesperson or with community of OPIO. How does this work in practice?
Yani, to begin with, we don't have a script for our customer service team. There is no typical script of the customer service where they just memorize questions that they want to serve you with. We leave it open for them. We want them to engage more with customers. We want them to talk more with customers. We don't have the quantity per calls a day metric that most call centers use. We don't have that. On the contrary, we're encouraging our team to spend more time on the phone with the customers, spend more time chatting with the customers, be friendly, be nice. So by enhancing this culture in the company and training the team that this is the way forward, you'll only thrive if your customer is happy. This is what you should do, and this is what you should focus on. Alhamdulillah, we were able to get very good traction. You can see that in the huge number of repeat purchase. So when a customer buys from OPIO, خلاص, she's in for life. She loves the brand. She loves the experience. It's easy. If she buys something and she wants to return it, it should be easy. It shouldn't be the end of the world. It should be very easy for her. If she needs help picking an outfit, which we get a lot, because again, when girls like to shop, they like to shop in groups. So if she's shopping online, she's alone. She wants some help. She wants someone. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I'm going to this sort of event. Which one do you see better? So that's the level of experience we're providing. Yeah.
Reem, he's a very good business coach, isn't he?
Yeah, it's,
That's awesome. I mean, like, and but doesn't such a service of an amazing quality come come with a cost, Sherry and Reem? I mean, that's quite labor intense, and or are you saying like, yes, it's a cost, but it pays back?
Definitely, if you compare this with the amount of money you spend on running digital campaigns and digital ads, if you're investing more money into generating a very strong positive word of mouth, it is much more efficient. It's actually cheaper than relying on just cold campaigns everywhere. Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
do you
and adding to Shadi's uh, words as well, the word is mouth. It's really effective. People trust when their friend tells them, I bought from this website or that shop and the quality is great and the people are really helpful. So this is what we're trying to get. When she's happy, she's going to tell her friends, she's going to do free marketing for us. So basically, yeah, it really pays off. Me and Shady personally know customers, they have our numbers. If they have an issue that was not that if she's not satisfied for any reason, we personally call these customers to yeah, thank God any customers really love the brand, and like Shady was just saying, we have lots of repeat purchases. Um,
yes,
this shows that
Reem,
this
who is
approach
your
is
first
effective.
competitor today then?
Uh, in Egypt or
In Egypt and in the MENA region? Are we talking about Zara, for example, or are we talking about who?
um, yeah, Zara, everyone who's selling online actually uh, is considered a competitor.
Okay, so like a few years ago, I was having like in a chat with a friend from Italy who is expanding incredibly, a sort of a mercato metropolitano in London and elsewhere. And I was talking with him, and it was like, in some years I will take over McDonald's, yeah, and uh, and I mean he's definitely taking a lot of the market share in London at least. And do you believe, because Shadi is extremely and is extremely confident? Do you think he can take over those guys, those big guys in the MENA region?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
That
يعني
was
think
his
about
point.
it. Think about it, Sameh. يعني when it's online, it's fair game for everyone.
Yeah,
The pandemic leveled the playing field for everyone because it is only up to you. It doesn't matter how many retail stores you own when you're playing with the online world. It only matters of how are you serving your customer better than someone else. It all boils down to this part, because the customer is always right, and that's the ultimate truth. The moment of truth is when the customer checks out with the cart. If they're happy, they're gonna come back again. And I believe that the online retail boom is going to further defragment the market shares that is heavily consolidated to one company in the retail world. Online will defragment this market and recreate the fashion industry market for 20 more years.
And but the logistics, like is still it needs to be consolidated to reduce the cost, right? The economies of scale are in the logistics.
Egypt is one of the net garment exporters already. We have more than 15,000 factories. The only problem is they are totally disoriented from the modern day marketing, modern day digital world, modern designs, modern needs. They are either selling to mom and pop stores or they are selling white label to international franchises. What we do is, and this is our angle of sustainability, what we do is we try to bridge this gap and utilize this huge supply network just by giving them proper help in areas like lean manufacturing and which designs to produce and not, and provide them with better market access. We have the supply chain right under our feet. But
Shadi, you make it. I mean, as Ronaldinho used to make everything used to look easy. You make it look easy, but it is not. I mean, uh, if it was that easy, others would have done it, right?
يعني I'm in the kitchen, so I can see the solutions and the problems and the challenges and the workarounds. Maybe if you look from outside, you think, "Oh my God, this is super complicated." But so when you're in the kitchen and you know the ins and outs, خلاص, it gets really easy. And this is one of the main reasons why I jumped on this opportunity. I saw a really super duper big opportunity in this market. We can go global with a brand coming out of Egypt. That's super simple to do.
Amazing.
Our first milestone is we have to go viral in Egypt. We need to make everyone
Excuse me,
like,
Shadi. Your first
yeah,
milestone was convincing Rheem to resign.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, guys, because you are doing awesome. We have very few minutes left. And let me touch this. Both of you were born Capricorns as astrological sign, just like some astrology fantasy. Please don't believe anything of astrology, but you know, uh, at least when you sold the first product, did you celebrate or did you started working immediately for the second milestone?
I
We
don't remember.
celebrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
It was
celebrate
not.
with every collection, every single item that goes online is a celebration for us. That's what's entertaining about this industry. There's always something new. There is always things to celebrate.
So you didn't just start like, okay, we sold the first one, let's start working on selling the second one. Amazing. Because for those again who's following us, Shadi and Rheem are besides the company that they are doing, they built and they are managing, they're incredibly work. Should I say workaholic or what should I do? What say deadlines colic?
Yeah, I think that would be the right terminology for it.
They work against deadlines, and that's actually that's the impressive thing about Opio, because you're not only into strategy and creation, you're also into execution. And you manage from the strategy to the details of everything in the process. And you manage to set up a team that is helping you with this execution, which is impressive. At least, was this a challenge? You mentioned it that it was very, very important. In a country like Egypt, was it easy to identify such a team, Shadi?
Um, I did not look at the team from the technical competency only. I was looking for the right cultural fit, people who together would believe in a certain cause and in a certain vision and in a certain way forward. You can find a lot of technical caliber that would fit a certain box when you're hiring someone. but having the right fit, the right person who would buy in, the right person who would work from their heart before anything else, that's the challenging part. And it took us some time and some trials and errors until we found this group of people who all have the same vision, same values, and same reasons to doing what we do every day.
Would you agree then with me, Shadi, or how far would you agree with this? That skepticism is actually does not have a place in your team.
لا الحمد لله, we're a team of optimists. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
um, that's brilliant. Reem, Shadi, before we end, if you have a message to, not for your competitors to fear you, but for your customers that love you, what would you tell them if one of them is listening to us?
I would tell them support local, buy local. We can do very good stuff. We're trying hard as much as we can. That's for the customers, and for anyone else trying to launch a brand, that's our very repeated message. Go ahead, just do it. It is an interesting market. Have the guts to do it and go ahead. Yeah.
And you, Reem, what would you say to your ladies?
Yeah, I would say to them that Egypt has very talented caliber photographers, creative fashion designers. So we need to support local designers. We do amazing stuff that would compete with international brands with even better quality. And that everything we do at OPIO, the customers are always at the heart of everything we do. So we're gonna grow. So help us, support us, and help us
Actually, I will join voices.
grow.
I will join voices to you, Reem and Shadi, by even adding more. Guys, if you help those guys grow bigger, you will even earn money on it. So do it for heart, do it for your love, do it for your brain and for your pockets too. Amber, Reem, Shadi, thank you so much. And Amber, the floor is back to you.
Thank you so much for this inspiring session and for sharing your personal story. I loved how like the personal approach is also so important for your business, even though it's online. And I feel that today at the Fested Summit, I feel that too. We're online, but still we're very much connected and having this yeah, like very friendly and personal vibe going on. So I hope you're still watching, and our next session will be about NFTs. So big hype word. I'm super curious, so hope to see you there in a little bit.
Thank you,